Welcome, everyone. You're listening to the Legally Insightful podcast. My name is Chris, and I'm here to tell you about all the interesting things that I have found out over the day. Well, interestingly enough, I want to talk to you about how COVID is affecting the tourism industry. Now, I do not mean this in any sense of, oh, it's all doom and gloom, oh no, everything's shutting down. No. I actually want to talk about two very different approaches to how major tourist landmarks have approached the COVID reopenings. So obviously that's a big thing, is everyone's pushing to reopen as quick as possible. You try and keep a tourist landmark shut, and people get upset. A lot of people get upset. So how are they doing it? Well, if you go back to France, now this happened a couple of months ago, and obviously France is in a very different position now, but the Eiffel Tower opened in a very different way as well. So a couple of months, I think in June, they reopened the tower so you could go up the top and do all your fun and games there, take all your photos, upload them to Facebook, and make all of your friends and family very jealous. But how did they deal with COVID restrictions and everything? Well, they limited the elevators. That's the big thing, is they actually turned off the elevators, so you couldn't go up. I mean, you could walk up, but there's a lot of stairs involved. So it's really, if anything, only the fittest tourists are going up there. So I guess that just means that all the photos of people up the top look a lot better as well. Interestingly enough, when I went there, I had the option of going up the stairs. Immediately thought, no, I won't be doing that. Then, if I'm honest, I wouldn't have gone up unless the elevators were going as well. So that's one way of limiting people, definitely limiting a lot of people. Well, this is the other way. So Machu Picchu, right? Now that is a very big tourist landmark, and that's recently reopened. Well, at least it's closed back again, but they had an interesting way of dealing with the COVID restrictions. They opened up for a single tourist. Yeah, that's right. They decided that, you know what? Let's be one person a day. Now, this tourist was a Japanese man that had been there for about 6 months. He was determined, and he refused to go home until he could see Machu Picchu. And he said, I had a dream of coming to Peru and being able to enter the city. That's what he did, is they opened it up and they let him go in by himself. Apparently Peru has recorded just over 850,000 cases of COVID. They're obviously dealing with that, and as a result, we're forced to implement very drastic COVID restrictions. But it is an interesting policy, and we will see if all the other tourist landmarks. So I'd wonder if maybe the Sydney Opera House, whether or not it'd be as successful and as busy if they let one person in at a time, or the Statue of Liberty, if that did follow a similar route. All right, well, that's all for me. That's your quick little update. If you want to support the podcast, like and subscribe on YouTube or Facebook or Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to it now. Thank you, and have a good day.